choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. And with the obvious exception of buying wives and children from the internet, that's quite clearly the case. However, it's come to my attention recently there are very few instructional manuals available to help you make the right choice when you're selecting your friends. So it's with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that I stand before you this evening to share some preliminary work I've been doing into creating such a guide. Now, I'd like to take the opportunity, first of all, to point out to the ladies in the room that this guide is largely designed for men. So there will be some crossover appeal and some nuggets of wisdom that you can take from it, but I would just rather get that out of the way now than have legal issues further down the line. So the format for this evening is going to be that I will explain 3 of the major categories of friend that you might want to incorporate into your circle. And then I will give a brief breakdown of some of the characteristics that these individuals might need to have before giving some personal insights into my success and failure in finding such friends for myself. So the first category of friend I'd like to discuss is a very crucial one for the men in the room, and that is the wingman. Now, for those of you who aren't sure, a wingman is a friend who would be with you in a situation when you were looking to pick up a young lady and she perhaps had a hanger-on in the shape of a friend, and the friend was perhaps being a block to your intended activities, and as a result the wingman would go in, distract the friend and allow you to take care of business. Now, I'm sure there are no gentlemen in the room who have had this experience before, but imagine yourself in a situation where you have been going through somewhat of a drought in terms of the ladies, and as a result you decide you're going to go in the pool. Now, if you're going to go in the pool, you need to have a good wingman. So what are you thinking of in terms of wingman for characteristics? First of all, dubious morality is quite crucial in this case. A lack of taste as well is additionally important, but dubious morality is the key one there. Stamina is equally important, and additionally they need to be loyal. The loyalty is the crucial one. So what have my own experiences in finding a wingman? Well, let me take you back to a balmy summer's evening in 2008. The Edinburgh Festival was in full swing, and I received a phone call from a close personal friend called Keith. And Keith said, "How are you? I'm up at the Pleasance, we're in a beer tent. You should come up, we should catch up, have a few drinks. Haven't seen you for a little while." That's fine. "Oh, and by the way, there's a couple of attractive young teachers here, and I reckon if I keep them chatting for long enough, they'll miss their train back to Fife, and as a result be forced to stay at my flat." Okay, that sounds like standard Keith practice, so of course I headed up there to join him in the beer tent. And I met up with Keith, and I did what I do best. I said, "Keith, you go to the bar, get the beers in, and let me deal with this." So Keith went off the bar, and I started chatting to the ladies, and I started delivering what was undoubtedly the finest chat that these ladies had ever heard. But there was the problem. The chat was too good. And by the time Keith returned to the bar, a pint of IPA in each hand, he looked on to see 2 fine-looking young teachers stranded from Fife falling in love with me. And he had a number of options as to how he could act, but he forgot the wingman code. And he came up, 2 pints in hand, and blurted out a career-ending line, which went a little something like this. "So, Matthew, how long have you and Catherine been going out for?" The heartbreak was evident around the beer tent. So as you can see, let's take a look at the checklist. Stamina, not particularly good. Dubious morality, there was plenty of that for a start. Loyalty, 0. So what about category number 2 of friends? Well, category number 2 is the lowlife. Now, I'm not a person who believes that you should judge the quality of your life by comparing yourself with others. It was Baz Luhrmann who famously said, "The race is long and in the end it's only with yourself." Despite that, however, it is important at times to be able to take the moral high ground and to feel a wave of righteousness wash over you. And in order to let you do that as often as possible, it's a good thing to have someone in your circle of friends who plumbs new depths of depravity on a reasonably regular basis. What you want, basically, is a situation where no matter how low you stoop, there's always someone 2 rungs beneath you on the ladder. So what we're looking for in terms of characteristics, it's just depravity. That's all we need here. So my own experiences in this area, I'll take you back a little bit further this time, to the autumn of 2006. In the Bank of Scotland Autumn Rugby Test, Scotland had been playing Australia, and, to put it politely, we got humped. And I was drinking my way back into town, drowning my sorrows. And at some stage during the night, I found myself in a stupor, eating a king rib supper off the pavement. A new low, perhaps, you might be thinking. Well, I might have thought so too, had I not had a conversation with a friend a couple of months earlier when he described the time when he took a prostitute through a Burger King drive-thru. And at that point, on my hands and knees, on Rose Street, eating a king rib supper off the pavement, I felt like Mahatma Gandhi in comparison to my good friend Murray Leach. So what about the third category that we'll discuss? Well, the third and final category we'll go through today is the hot female friend. And this is crucial, guys. It's a scientific fact, which is to say that it's in no way a scientific fact, that having a hot female friend is a great way to make your other friends jealous, and as a result, it's an ego boost to yourself. So, the three rules for this are: keep her limited in terms of contact with your male friends, make out like there's loads more where she came from, and this is an optional one, pretend that she only spends time with you because having an attractive guy like yourself is a boost to her confidence. So in terms of personal experience in this area, well, I have a large number of attractive female friends. Unfortunately, none could be here to give testimony this evening. However, I can safely say that most of them, we get on fine, but largely they just keep me in their circle of friends as a way to make themselves feel better. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the three pieces of the puzzle, and that gives you the tools to put together the rest of your group of friends. But here's the rule of thumb that you need to bear in mind. If the people are below you, it makes you look good, and if the people are above you, they probably have something you can steal.